CLS Universe, live from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. About to go live with the icon, Joe DeSena, founder of Spartan. This is going to get nuts right now. Let's have some fun. Oh, what up, everybody? CLS Experience in the house. Jesse, Alex. I'm going to get Big Joe on in just a second. We're in Vegas right now for the GSD boot camp. Super excited. We got all the juggernauts out today. Everybody's going to be speaking. What's up, Big Joe? Woo! I'm going to get you on right now. Let's get nuts. Yup. I'm going to get Joe on right now. Create some magic. Talk all things mindset. Live from Las Vegas.
Crazy man. Can you see me?
I can see you great. How you doing, Big Joe?
Good. How you doing? What's going on?
Great. Doing good. I'm in Las Vegas right now for a big speaking engagement. It's nice out here. How are you?
I'm in Boston. I just got back. I was in Abu Dhabi. I was in the desert. Then I was in Pennsylvania. Then I was in LA. And I got to go to New York tomorrow. I'm in Boston right now. So
how long are you going to be in New York for?
I'll be in New York. I got to do some filming Saturday, Sunday. Then I'll be back Tuesday, Wednesday.
In Manhattan?
I'll be in and around Manhattan. I got to film in Harlem, funny enough, on Saturday, Sunday. And then I think I'm filming Midtown on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. I live in Midtown. Ironically enough, I'm in Vegas now, but next time you're there, I'd love to come over there and give you a big fat bear hug and say hello.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. But you're going to be in Vegas during the week, or you're going to be back?
I'll be back Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yes.
All right, good. So remember to hit me up, or I'll hit you up, and we'll grab a green juice.
Sold.
All right, good.
Done. Okay, cool.
So what are we doing? What do you want to do right now?
We're going to get a little nuts. We'll have a quick 5-10 minute chat. The podcast episode of the Seal Experience broke records. No surprise there. You know how special it was for me. You got me into the running. Ironically enough, I had an injury. I think I told you about it. I had the tumor in my foot. We got it out. We recovered. So I actually yesterday, it was a tough decision because it was close to my heart. I really wanted to do the Chicago Marathon. I deferred it, but a nice plan B. And I'm telling the world this right now for the first time. We're going to run New York City November 7th. It'll be my second time running it. So I'm super excited about that.
I love it. I love it. You know, my 7-year-old son, Charlie, ran New York. I don't know if
I know he did.
Did I tell you the story?
Yes. Yes, you did. Tell it again for the audience.
That was a crazy story. He you know, his brother was 8 and he ran Boston. And so he wanted to run New York. And we took a train for the first time for him because he was born in Vermont. And then we started running and he was hungry. So we stopped for bagels, and there was a lot of Hasidic Jews there. And so he was asking me all kinds of questions, why they were dressed like that. And it was like a whole lesson for him in that culture. And we had a bagel, and then we ran some more, and he wanted pizza. And so we stopped for pizza, and he was asking about the Italians with the tattoos. And so we went through that whole thing. And I said, Charlie, you're Italian. And then we ran some more, and we stopped at White Castle. Probably, what is that, mile 16 or something, 17. And he was asking about that whole situation. Then we were in the Upper East Side, and he wanted Haagen-Dazs ice cream. so it was like being at Epcot Center for him. We went around the world, 26.2 miles. I think he gained weight. By the end of that marathon, he was about 4 pounds heavier.
The only one ever to gain weight after a marathon. That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Have you ran New York?
I ran New York at least 3 times, maybe 4 times.
Of course you did. It's a special one on First Avenue, right?
Yeah, I ran, I think it was the year after September 11th. I ran that with my wife, and we had, fire department shirts on. And oh my God, we were elevated just the cheering, the crate. It was awesome.
Unbelievable. And it was great. We'll dive in a little bit. One thing that we talked about on the podcast that was so important to me from your original book, Spartan Up, is putting yourself in voluntarily hell to start the day, because everything that comes after that is a little bit easier and so forth. How important is that for the audience? How valuable?
Yeah, so I like to explain to people that you got to change your frame of reference in life. In other words, if you and I were born in Siberia and we had limited food and let's say we didn't have parents. We had a really tough life, and we just wanted to eat every day, right? We just wanted to make our way out of Siberia. Well, if we did make it out of Siberia and we were at the New York, we were lucky enough to be at the New York Marathon, and we were at mile 13 and our feet hurt, do you think we would complain? We would be thrilled that there's a water station, because we have never seen a water station in our lives. And so that person that grows up in Siberia, that example, that person has a different frame of reference. Now, you and I have grown up in this wonderful place called America, and we've had it really easy. You got a piece of artwork behind you, climate-controlled room. Look at me here in my office, right? We have it really easy. And so we have to put ourselves in voluntary discomfort. We have to manufacture adversity. And if you do it first thing in the morning, you get it out of the way, at least you've got a reference point the rest of the day when shit goes. Like we all have tough days. The only easy day was yesterday, right? Let's steal that from the military. And it just makes the day easier, because like your low point was as soon as you woke up, you sweat, you suffer, you take a cold shower, you dust off, and then you get in the game.
That's it. It's so true. And like you said on the podcast, like these days, there's no lion waiting at our bed when we wake up in the morning. We have it a little bit easier. And I wanted to actually touch upon that too. Do you think, and I think you're going to touch upon this in your next book, but parents are protecting kids these days a little bit too much with the Netflix and the video games, as opposed to all the physical activities. What are your thoughts on that?
I think you're wrong. Parents aren't protecting their kids a little too much. It's a lot too much. To just put a fine point on what you said about the lion example, we went out and we bought a lion from the zoo. So now I got a lion in the house.
Come on.
I got a chain just long enough where it can't get in the bedroom, but it scares the shit out of us every morning. We keep the lion really hungry, and just because I want the kids to be on their toes, right? Yeah. And if you slip up, if you trip in the hallway, that lion's gonna eat you.
100%. When is your new book coming up?
The book's out in a couple of weeks, I think. I would love everybody to pre-order the book, selfishly, because we had a lot of luck on our previous books with the New York Times. For whatever reason, people, if they see that you made the New York Times list, they're more likely to read the book, and we got an important message in there. So yes, I want the world to read this book, especially parents or soon to be parents, or people that know parents, to just toughen up their kids' lives a little bit, especially in this first world like you and I talk about. So look, if you pre-order the book, you write a little review, good or bad. I hope it's a good review. I think you're going to like the book. And then get in touch with you, get in touch with me. I'm happy to hook you up with a free race or whatever. But I want to motivate everybody out there to, it's hard to write a fucking book. You know how long this fucking book has taken? 3 years. The book is done, so somebody should read the damn book. So, right? I mean, otherwise, why did I do this?
And let me just be clear. Your first book, Spartan Up, that changed my life at a time when I needed it. And one of the big, and for the audience listening, we had 25,000 downloads of our podcast the first night. So for the audience listening, go pre-order Joe's book right now. Like, get off this
pre-order the book, 10 Rules of Resilience. I will, like I said, if you read the book, you pre-order it, you write a review, good or bad. You can write a bad review if you don't like it. I don't care. Get in touch with us, and I'll hook you up. I'll give you a race. I'll do something for you because you were kind enough to sit down and read the book.
Yeah, and it's going to resonate. And I just wanted to land it with this. One thing that you spoke about in the first book that really affected me is find an outlet, find like an arena to kind of be a gladiator in, so you could push yourself and find out what you're really made of. And at the time of my life, I utilized that to start running marathons. But it's so much more than just a race, because now you use that for everything else in life, because it shows you what you're capable of. And I love that you touch upon that. For the audience listening, look, I highly suggest putting yourself in a very uncomfortable position, specifically one of Joe's Spartan races, so you can find out what you're really made of, because that changes your DNA going forward for life, right?
Yeah, you know what I did once? I was so annoyed that I would read. I lived all over the world. I got so annoyed. Davey's leaving. Say hello to Davey from Singapore.
How you doing?
David, what's up, buddy? Nice
I've been through it all. It's all legit. So
hey, wait. I'm not going to let Dave leave because I got one funny story, but I want to finish the thought I was just saying. Is I lost my train of thought. What did you just say? About doing hard shit and doing races. There's no doubt about it. You got to do hard shit. It really annoyed me that I would see stuff in the newspapers, see articles where people, this is a really tough marathon somewhere in the world. And I'd be like, guys, we fucking invented the most difficult marathons. So I got so annoyed about 3 years ago. I said, Dave, we're going to create the world's first marathon under barbed wire. 26.2 miles under barbed wire. Has to be known as the hardest marathon, just because I want the record. I want everybody to know when they think of hard, they think of us. So we created a 26.2 mile marathon under barbed wire. And when you watch the people do that, I filmed it, by the way. Guinness Book came out. People were, first of all, they were bleeding everywhere because, you know, you get tired, you stand up when you're not supposed to. You got barbed wire in your neck, like they were dirt. It was just awful. But
I shouldn't be laughing. I know.
They never complained about anything again. And the woman that just crushed people, Amy Palmieri Winter, she should be on your podcast. She's amazing. She was missing a leg,
Yep.
never complained once, and got through it. But before we go, I want to tell you about Dave. So Davey over here, can you see him? Yep.
Yeah,
So Dave, I meet in Singapore, right?
Yes.
It's a funny story. And we're sitting down to breakfast. We're, you know, being cordial to each other. And I'm like, hey, you ever hear about the marathon monks? He's like, marathon monks? He goes, yeah, I know about the marathon monks. I go, Dave, I'd love to go see them someday in Japan, which is only a hop, skip, and a jump from Singapore. He goes, Joe, you won't believe it. He goes, I know the woman that 12 years ago wrote the article in the Wall Street Journal about the marathon monks. She's got the secret map, and she knows where they are. We can find them. I'm going to get in touch with her. I'm going to get the map, and we're going to go to Japan. I said, Dave, I'll buy the tickets to Japan. We're going to Japan. I want to see these marathon monks. For those of you that don't know, the marathon monks literally do like a marathon a day, over and over and over. I'm going to tell you the story. So Dave and I start doing more research. He's lucky enough to get the map. We go to Japan. Dave knows a little bit of Mandarin. He's trying to decipher Japanese. We're going to different train stations. We work our way out into the country, and we get to the mountain where the map says the marathon monks are. The problem is that the trolley that normally runs during the summer that takes you way up the mountain is shut down. So I said to Dave, look, we just traveled like a day and a half to get here. Fuck it. Let's just walk up the mountain. We walk up the mountain for about 4 hours, and we're completely lost. We can't read the map. He can't read Japanese. We are shit out, and it's getting dark, right? All of a sudden, we hear like chanting and like little bells ringing. And I'm like, oh my God, Dave, I think we found them. And we come over the mountain, and sure enough, we found the temples. And we take our shoes off, and we go and we pray with the marathon monks. And I had to pinch myself. I was like, this is unbelievable, Dave. And for you guys that don't know, here's the deal with the marathon monks. They've been there 800 years.
Yeah, maybe longer.
They came over from China. And every day, like let's say the three of us wanted to become monks, right? In this enlightened monks in this temple. The master would say to us, that's great. You need to shave your head, put on this robe, put on these sandals, and do 100 days of marathons in a row. And then...
For 7 years.
No, hang on. 100 days in a row.
Okay.
So now the three of us shave our heads, we do the 100 days, we come back, and we're like, we're enlightened, we did it. And they're like, no. You have 800 more days to go, and here's a sword, and here's a rope, and if you decide to quit, you got to kill yourself on the course. True story. So Dave and I are praying with them. We found this secret temple that nobody knows about. We come out of the temple. We walk another 100 yards, and there's a fucking bus stop. And there's a parking lot. And they're selling tickets. And I go, Dave, this is not a secret place. This is like Disneyland out here. So it turned out the monks are really there. It's Mount Hiei.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. But you don't have to do what Dave and I did. You could just literally buy a ticket and take a taxi.
But that takes away all the fun.
That would take away all the fun.
Yeah. You got to do it the Spartan way.
You got to do it the Spartan way. Anyway, we're out of here. We got to go run a marathon. I will see you later.
Joe, so much love for you, brother. Everybody go pre-order the book right now. Let's exchange personal cell phone numbers so we can connect for green juice when you're in Manhattan.
You got it. I'll see you, bud.
Love you, buddy. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Too much fun. Love that guy so much. The iconic Joe DeSena, the founder of Spartan. We're here in Las Vegas for big speaking engagement, networking with all the juggernauts. This is where you want to be, surrounded by everybody, all the veterans who are doing the thing. This is what you want in life, to be around it, to see who's doing it, how they're doing it so well, and so forth. So super excited. CLS experience, take Sin City. For everyone that's not in the texting community, on the bottom of the screen, text right now, 917-634-3796. Text it right now. Free inspiration every single day. All stuff like this. We love you guys so much from the bottom of our heart. We're just getting warmed up. I see you, Lori, Jesse, Alex, everybody's out today. Love you guys. CLS out for now. Sin City, Las Vegas.